Hey guys, before we get started, a quick few announcements. We're experimenting with the members feature of YouTube and you might see a join button down below. We are still working out some details on the different tiers, but if you have any suggestions for us or for the different tiers for members, feel free to drop it in the comment section down below. And we're also trying to experiment with some merch. There's one design that we prepared based on the Cooking with Anadi logo, so be sure to check that out in the link down below. Okay, let's get back into this video and I'll give you a quick rundown of the collab that's going on right now. It's the My Cooking Journey 2021 collab, where all you have to do to participate is make an Indian recipe which you wanted to make for a long time but you haven't for any reason, or put an Indian twist to one of your all-time favorite dishes. Now today what I'll be doing is something that's a fusion between a macaroni and cheese and a butter chicken. It'll be fun, it'll be exciting. Let's get started. Now a traditional mac and cheese needs the traditional ingredients. You need a nice bechamel cheese sauce, you need your macaroni, and you need lots of cheese. So we're gonna stay true to the roots and then fuse it with a classic butter chicken. So the only way to fuse it is to make the best makhani sauce, and you can find the whole recipe down below, but I'm gonna give you a quick rundown for that right now. So you wanna start with some butter and then saute some of your whole spices. So that's mace and green cardamom. You can use cashews if you want, but here I chose to omit it. The cashews help make the sauce creamy, and since you already have a cheesy sauce, I chose to just omit it for today. Once the spices are aromatic, add in your ginger garlic paste and then just let all the rawness get cooked out. Then add in your passata, which is just strained tomatoes really, or tomato puree, and then add in some salt and degi mirch. That's gonna add a lot of color without the additional spice. You wanna cook this down until the rawness of that spice has cooked away and the sauce has thickened, and then add in your honey and blend in some butter. Now let that simmer for a few minutes and then transfer all of that into a food processor. Blend it into a puree and then process it through a fine mesh sieve, just to have the most smoothest, the most fragrant sauce that you can have. Then all we have to do is finish this sauce. So bring this back up to a simmer, add some dried, crushed fenugreek leaves, let that simmer for a few minutes, and then finally finish with some 10% or half and half cream and a pinch of garam masala. Taste this and adjust to seasoning and then just set this aside. Now for the chicken, I'm using my traditional chicken tikka marinade. Now this marinade is very simple, and if you want to quicken the process, you can skip the first marinade that I've outlined in the full recipe, which you can find down below, and just do one bulk marinade instead. The bulk marinade will contain just a bit of yogurt, lime juice, degi mirch, salt, garam masala, ginger garlic paste, and I'm using some chicken thighs today. Thighs are the best cut of meat to use for a beautiful juicy chicken tikka. My chicken, by the way, has been marinating for about an hour now, and now let's prepare the actual bechamel cheese sauce. So you want to heat up some butter and then add in your flour and then whisk that in, and then let the roux, the flour and butter mixture, cook out until it smells kind of nutty. You want to cook out the rawness of the flour. As soon as you have that, slowly start pouring in cold milk, and then eventually you'll have a really nice and smooth sauce. Now as soon as this comes up to a simmer, it's going to start to thicken. You want to simmer it until it's thick enough that when you dip the back of a spoon in the sauce and you make a streak on it, the sauce doesn't run down and cover the streak, it just stays. That's the perfect amount of thickness. And as soon as that happens, turn the heat off. That's an important tip. Turn the heat off and then add in your cheese. That's going to help ensure that cheese does not separate, and you'll have the smoothest looking cheese sauce. And we're only using half the amount of cheddar. I'm using marble today, and half the amount of mozzarella at this stage. The rest will be on the top of our actual mac and cheese. Now as soon as you've whisked that all in and you have a nice and smooth sauce, then mix in your makhni sauce, your butter sauce from earlier, into the mac and cheese bechamel cheese sauce. The flavors just work, I'm telling you. It works so well, and it's like it was a marriage that was meant to be. Now while my milk was simmering for the cheese sauce, I had some water getting ready for my pasta. And technically I'm not using macaroni, I'm using a smaller variation of it, which is also known as cornetti. And that was not by choice, I just thought I was picking up macaroni, but these were amazing. Cook the pasta until it's a bit under al dente, or you can cook it all the way to al dente and then drain all of that pasta. Then mix all of that macaroni in a pot with all of your makhni cheese sauce. Perfect. Mix that really well and feel free to snack on it. Believe me, whether it's regular mac and cheese or a butter chicken mac and cheese, this stage is always delicious to snack on. Now the chicken is just going to be used as a topping after the mac and cheese is done baking. So you can do one of two things. You can pre-cook the chicken now and then chop it up and put it on the top of your mac and cheese, or you can cook the chicken halfway and then as soon as your casserole is done baking, put the chicken back in and finish it under the broiler. Whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable with, or just cook the chicken on the pan if you don't want to juggle two things at a time. But what you want to do now is transfer the mac and cheese into your casserole. You can have personal size casserole, family size casserole, one huge casserole just for yourself, whatever you want. And then top it with your mozzarella and your marble, your blend of cheddar. And then you want to bake this at 400 Fahrenheit or until the cheese is nice and bubbly, the mac and cheese has tightened a little bit, and the smells are just incredible. And once your mac and cheese looks just like this, take it out of the oven. If your chicken is half cooked, go ahead and put it back in the oven and finish it under the broiler. It should have some nice char marks, it should be completely cooked. And then I like to chop it up into smaller pieces so that I can finally top my mac and cheese, which is just resting here, ready to be devoured with some beautiful pieces of chicken tikka and some freshly chopped cilantro. This is gonna change your life. This is not just pasta with butter chicken sauce. It's truly a mac and cheese which is completely fused with the flavors of a great butter chicken. That's how you do fusion the right way, and that's what I want you to enjoy. So let me know if this made your mouth water. Let me know if you're gonna have this, and if you want more videos just like this one, be sure to hit subscribe, hit that bell icon, have some fun with this collab because I think we are gonna extend it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.